Hey, what's up, guys? I know y'all have probably heard a bunch of scary stories, but let me tell you right now, this one's different. My name's Mike Reynolds, and I've been driving buses for over 18 years. Big city routes, rural routes, late night, early morning, you name it, I've driven it. But there's one night I'll never forget. The night that still keeps me up sometimes, when everything's quiet and I swear I can still hear them. Anyway, this happened just last year. I had just been assigned a new late-night route, Route 57B, which ran from Eastbrook Terminal all the way out to some nearly abandoned place called Foster Ridge. Sound creepy? Yeah, I thought so too when I saw it on the route sheet, but I needed the hours, so I didn't ask too many questions. It was a Thursday night, real cold, real foggy, the kind of night where your breath hangs in the air and the world just feels off. I pulled the big green city bus into Bay 6, logged in, and waited for the clock to hit 11 p.m. sharp. That's when Route 57B was supposed to roll out. Now listen, before I even started that night, the other drivers were acting kind of weird. Joe, he's this older dude who's been working longer than me. He caught me in the break room and said, "You got 57B? Man, that route's cursed. I'm telling you, weird shit happens out there." I laughed it off. I mean, come on, cursed bus routes? That's stuff you hear in old trucker ghost stories, right? Anyway, 11 o'clock hits. I crank the engine. She growls to life. That diesel hum, music to my ears. First stop, just a couple folks get on. A guy in a hoodie who won't stop glancing behind him, and a woman in a nurse's uniform, totally exhausted. Normal city folks, you know? I greet them like always. "Evening." This bus goes all the way out to Foster Ridge. They nod, toss in their fare, and take seats toward the back. Second stop. This is where it starts getting strange. I pull up next to this busted up signpost with barely any streetlights. The only thing lighting the area was my own headlights, and even they were flickering a little. Probably a loose wire or something. I pop the doors open and wait. At first, nobody's there. I'm just about to close the doors when this old guy steps out of the shadows. And I mean old. Dude looked like he hadn't seen daylight in years. Wore a long brown coat, buttoned all the way up even though it wasn't that cold. Big ass suitcase in one hand. No smile, no nod. Just climbs on like this is the 1940s or something. He drops a few coins in, old coins like the kind you don't see anymore, and just walks past me like I'm not even there. Whatever. Weird people ride the bus all the time, right? He sits right behind me, doesn't say a damn word. I try not to overthink it, just crank the wheel and head to the next stop. Fog's rolling in thick now. I can barely see past the front glass. Kind of feels like I'm driving through a dream or a nightmare. We roll on for maybe 10 more minutes. Roads get narrower, trees start popping up more often. Then I hit stop 3. That's when the bus doors open. And nobody gets on. I look left, I look right. Nothing but thick woods. I'm reaching to close the doors when I hear it. A whisper. "Wait." Man, I swear I froze. I turn around to look at the passengers, but they're all dead silent. Even the nurse lady is sitting stiff like a statue. Hoodie guy's got his head down. The old man behind me, still as a corpse. I lean a bit forward and glance out the door. Nobody. So I close the doors and start to pull off. And that's when I saw her, in the mirror, back row of the bus. This little girl, maybe 7 years old, sitting by herself. I swear to you, she wasn't there before. She's wearing this white dress, dirty at the bottom, and she's holding a little stuffed rabbit in her lap. Her face is pale, eyes wide open, just staring at me through the mirror. I nearly drove the damn bus into a ditch. I didn't hear her get on, didn't see her walk past me, and my foot was on the brakes the whole time. There was no way she slipped by without me noticing. I tried to play it cool, took a few deep breaths, told myself maybe she came on with the nurse or something, and I just missed it. But then the lights started flickering. Not just the headlights, the whole inside of the bus. The overhead lights blinked like we were in some cheap horror movie. One of them actually popped, glass sprinkling onto the floor by seat 12. I gripped the wheel tighter, my knuckles going white. Still got miles to go. Foster Ridge was way the hell out past these woods, and now I'm driving a haunted disco ball through the fog. I look up again. The girl's gone. I slam the brakes so hard everybody lurches forward. I stand up and yell, "Anyone seen the kid?" Oh no, no, no. That's when the banging started. The banging started low, like somebody knocking from under the bus. One soft thump near the back tires. Then another, louder, closer. Thump, thump. I looked at the nurse. She was clutching her bag to her chest, eyes wide, lips pressed tight. Hoodie guy, still looking down, not moving at all. Almost like he was pretending he wasn't even there. But that old man sitting behind me, he was smiling. Not a friendly smile either. One of those crooked, bone-deep grins that make you feel like you're being watched from inside your own skin. Bang! The whole bus shook that time, and now the lights are flickering again, faster. You ever see a strobe light in a dark room? Yeah, it was like that, but with no music, no party, just the sound of something crawling under my wheels. I yell, "Yo, anybody hear that?" Like I need confirmation I'm not losing my damn mind. The old man leans forward, real slow, and whispers, "It's climbing in now." My stomach turned. I spun around and scanned the seats. The girl was back. Back row, far left seat, just like before. Same white dress, same rabbit. Only now, her head's turned all the way around, like 180 degrees, still smiling at me. I swear on my life, she didn't even blink. I hit the emergency brake and stood up. "We're done," I barked. "Everybody off. We're walking back." But the doors wouldn't open. I pulled the lever, slammed it, hit the override, nothing. Suddenly, click. All the lights shut off, pitch black. I couldn't see my own hands. Then I heard the footsteps. Click, click, click. Tiny ones. Little bare feet slapping against the bus floor, getting closer. Then, they stopped, right behind me. I didn't want to turn around. Every instinct in my body screamed don't, but I turned anyway, and nothing was there. Until I looked up and saw her face, hanging upside down in the mirror, grinning. She was on the ceiling. I fell backward onto the driver's seat, scrambling to start the engine. It sputtered, then died. And from the back of the bus, a voice whispered, "You can't leave, Mike." My name. She said my damn name. That was it. I lost it. I slammed the gas even though the engine was still off. Pounded every switch and button on the dashboard like that would magically wake up the bus. The dashboard lights came back, just for a second. And in that second, every seat on the bus was filled. Men, women, kids. Some with no eyes, some with blood dripping down their faces, some just staring straight ahead like this was a normal damn ride home, and not a single one of them had gotten on. I froze. Every inch of me felt like ice. The hairs on my neck stood up like someone was breathing right behind me again. That bus, full, every seat taken, and not a single damn soul had gotten on after that creepy little girl. I looked at the rearview mirror again. Big mistake. Their faces. They were wrong. One guy near the back didn't have a jaw, just a black hole where it should have been. A woman in a red dress had no eyes, just two burnt sockets. One kid, he looked normal, until I saw the gaping stab wound in his chest. They all just sat there, silent, unmoving, like a bus full of mannequins straight from hell. I turned around fast and screamed, "What the hell is going on?" The old man behind me leaned in again, that same twisted smile on his face. "Your stop's coming up, Mike." I whipped around to face him. "What did you just say?" But he wasn't smiling anymore. He was gone. Just the seat behind me. Empty, like no one had ever been there. Then the lights came back on, but only at the back of the bus. Flickering white light, shining right on that little girl. She was standing now. No rabbit, no smile, just staring. And then she whispered again, "You left me." My heart stopped, because I knew that voice. I hadn't heard it in over 15 years, but I knew it like I knew my own name. Her name was Lily. I used to drive the Foster Ridge route back in 2010. Late night shifts, just like this one. And there was a little girl who got on sometimes with her mom. Lily always wore that same white dress, always carried that same stuffed rabbit. Then one night, she didn't get off the bus. I reported it, of course, told the cops everything. They said maybe she wandered off. Maybe the mom picked her up early. Who knows, but the truth? She never left the damn bus. That was the last night I ever drove that route, until now. Now she was standing in front of me, 15 years older, but still 7 years old, frozen in time. Tears filled my eyes. Lily, I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. But she didn't care. She just tilted her head and said, "It's your turn now." Then the doors blew open on their own. Fog poured in like smoke, thick and cold. I couldn't see. It had her voice, but the way it moved, it wasn't her anymore. That thing screamed, and the windows shattered. Passengers started vanishing, just disappearing into the air one by one. Pop, 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 like flipping off light switches. I grabbed the wheel, slammed my foot on the gas. The bus roared to life like it knew it had one last ride in it. Tires screamed. Fog swallowed us whole, and that thing, it chased us, crawling on the walls, scraping along the sides, slamming against the windows. I didn't look back. I couldn't. I just drove. The bus tore through the fog like it was on fire. Engine howling, tires screaming. My hands locked on the wheels so tight my knuckles were bone white. I didn't know where I was driving anymore. The road was gone. It was just me, the bus, and this endless stretch of dark. And that thing chasing us. It was on the side windows, scraping its claws like nails on a chalkboard. The sound, pure nightmare fuel. Every few seconds, it'd slap the roof or slam a window so hard the whole frame rattled. The lights above flickered one last time, and then died for good. Complete blackout, except for the dashboard, barely lit red, and the fog lights cutting through the void in front of me. I risked one glance in the mirror. Everyone was gone. The nurse, hoodie guy, even the messed up ghost passengers, all gone, except Lily. She was sitting in the first seat now, right across from me, legs swinging, rabbit back in her lap, and she said it again. "You left me." I shouted, "No! No, I didn't. You got off the bus, I swear. I checked. I reported it. Lily, I didn't." But she just kept repeating it. "You left me. You left me. You left me." The voice turned mechanical, broken, like an old cassette tape melting in a fire. Suddenly, the bus jerked. Something was pulling us off the road, if we were even on a road anymore. The steering wheel fought me, twisting on its own like the bus was possessed. And then I saw it, up ahead, a bridge, but not a normal one. This thing was burning, not with fire, with shadows, like flames made out of black smoke, twisting, flickering. There was no way around it. The road, or whatever this black stretch was, led straight across. And on the other side, I saw her, Lily's mom, just standing there in the middle of the road, her hair blowing in some wind I couldn't feel, hands reaching out like she was waiting for her little girl. Lily stood up. She started walking down the aisle toward the front doors. "Lily, stop!" I shouted. "Don't go out there!" She turned back to me. For the first time, her voice softened. "You can't stop it, Mike. This ride's already over." The bus slammed onto the bridge, metal groaning beneath us. That thing, the tall, twisted monster, it was crawling along the roof now, screaming, clawing, trying to get inside. Lily reached the doors. She turned, looked right at me and smiled. A real smile. And then, she vanished. The doors blew open, and the bus went dead silent. The monster, gone. The fog, gone. The bridge, crumbling behind me. But up ahead, daylight. Actual daylight. The bus coasted forward, engine still growling, and then eased to a stop at a cracked, rusted sign that read, "Welcome to Foster Ridge." Everything was normal, silent. No fog, no ghosts, No girl, no monster. Just the bus. And me. That was last year. They never found the girl. Never found the passengers either. They say I imagined it all. That I had a breakdown. That I hallucinated. You'd be surprised how easy it is for the city to shut you up when they don't want a story like this getting out. But sometimes, when I pass a bus stop late at night, I still see her. Just for a second. Sitting on the bench, holding that rabbit, waiting. And I know my route's not done. Not yet.